Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Monday morning, it's holiday, and we are excited for what God is going to do. Well, I just want to share with you, or just remind you rather, that Sunday is the 24th of December and our services will be like normal, the normal morning services, but we will not have our 6 o'clock service because we will only have our 10:30 p.m. service. So if you are in the area, come and join us Sunday evening for our Christmas Eve service. We are excited about that. We know usually the church is packed to capacity. Well, Dr. Gustav is back and we are thankful for what God did overseas. But I just want to share a dream I had the other day, and I know we are speaking about faith to end strong. And in this dream, I took a nap, a power nap. And in this dream, while I was sleeping, Pastor Paulina from Singapore phoned me and she said, "Tasha, I need you to get on the plane right now and I need you to fly to Singapore." And in my dream, I was like, "Lord, I don't have a message for Singapore. I don't have anything." And I got on the plane. I was quite fearful about it. So I got on the plane. And as I got on the plane, suddenly in the dream, I was already in Singapore getting off and she was waiting on the airport. Now, as we walked out of the airport, we immediately walked into a church. And there was a few people I knew from Singapore, a few leaders and stuff I knew. And suddenly they said, "You're going to speak right now." And I thought to myself, I just had from Johannesburg, like plus minus 10-hour flight. And I'm so tired and I still don't have a word. But then I took the mic and I heard the Lord say that speak on Jeremiah 29:11. Now I know it's the most common verse that everybody knows. You have it written down on your fridge, you have it memorized, you have it written down even in your car. But God said, and then suddenly I said Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Now I love the Message translation. It goes like this. It says, "I know what I'm doing. I have it all planned out. Plans to prosper you and give you a future that you hope for." But that is not the translation God gave me in the dream. God gave me this one. He said, I know the thoughts and plans I have towards you. It's plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a hopeful future. And I was like, "Lord." And then suddenly I just got stuck on plan. And in my dream, I was just talking about the plan of God. And I know in this season, many people might doubt the plan of God. And I heard God is just telling me in the dream, and that's what I was preaching in this dream to the people, that God's plan towards you has never changed. God is still the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He has a plan for your life. And you need to trust that plan. Faith to end strong in this time when fear overwhelms you and you are doubting yourself and you are doubting what God is doing. Know that there is a predestined will for your life ordained by God even before you were born. And that predestined will means it will happen and nothing can interfere. It's unchangeable and it's unconditional. I was thinking about the story of Abraham and Isaac. When Abraham went to sacrifice Isaac, many people say God changed his mind and he gave Abraham, he wanted Abraham to offer Isaac. And yes, it was a test, but it was predestined that Isaac were not going to be sacrificed. God was testing Abraham's heart. And nothing could change it. Nothing could change the promise. Yes, Abraham went and he took Isaac to the mountain. But already, I like what Dr. Gustav said. On one side, Abraham and Isaac went up. And on the other side, the ram went up. Because God knew he's not going to kill Isaac. He will not expect that from Abraham. But he was just testing Abraham's heart. So this is what I want to say. Whatever is predestined in your life, doesn't matter if you go left, right, God will bring you back to his original plan. Nothing can separate you. I'm always thinking about my mom, that how God used her and how she was just so touched and moved by God, and how she went to the left and to the right, but how God at the end of her life brought her right back to the place that she should have been, and how her life were predestined to bring forth champions. Her life were predestined to be part of a big ministry. And I think about the Israelites. It was God's heart for them to come out of Egypt, go to the promised land. But for 40 years they went around and around and around the mountain. But at the end, the purposes of God prevailed. They still made it to the promised land. Doesn't matter how long it took. So whatever it is that God has planned you for, and remember, many people say, but Tasha, what is God's plan for my life? What is my purpose? What is His will? Always remember, God created us for fellowship. First, our purpose is to know Him, and then to make Him known. And if you step into that, Matthew 6 verse 33 come into existence, where you place God first because you get to know Him. And what's on the inside of you needs to flow to the outside. Come on. And that is what you need to know. More than anything, more than thinking of how great you are and what great things you can do. Because yes, God has called you for greatness. But before that happens, you need to trust God. You need to get to know God. And then you need to make God known. And when you do that, more than anything, more than money, more than business, more than relationship, you will be so satisfied to know your Maker and to make Him known. And you know what? The Bible gives us a promise that everything will be added unto you. Remember, like Dr. Gustav say, you're a champion. We love you. From Cape Town, South Africa. Till next time, God bless.